Concrete and Gold. Foo Fighters, Roswell, RCA. It was pretty clear that the Foo Fighters were looking for some inspiration in recent years. Wasting Light, in 2011, was recorded using only analog equipment. Sonic Highways, in 2014, was recorded entirely on the road, with each song written and recorded in a different city, a process that was captured in an HBO documentary series. However, for the Foo's ninth album, Concrete and Gold, there are no gimmicks. They aren't needed. Starting with the opener t-shirt, which goes from acoustic sweetness, as Dave Grohl sings, "I don't want to be Queen, just trying to keep my t-shirt clean," to massive Queen-styled rock bombast in a split second, it is clear the creative flame is now burning bright. The first single, Run, goes from a swirl of Beatlesque harmonies to heavy metal shrieking and back again, managing to always still sound like the Foo Fighters. It is part of the band's lasting charm that it can stretch and twist into different rock styles and still maintain its own distinctive style. La-Di-Da pulls the Foos into protest anthems with a bit of swagger, one of the many examples of how producer Greg Kurstin, best known for his work with Adele, Sia, and Kelly Clarkson, makes these songs sound crisper and more pointed. The opening of the line could have come from one of Kurstin's pop collaborators before it bashes its way back into a hard rock powerhouse. The guitar ballad Happy Ever After, 0 Hour, shows how Grohl's relationship with Paul McCartney, who plays drums on the Steve Miller Band-drenched Sunday Rain Here, has seeped into his songwriting, setting his sights on more details and grander statements. It's a microcosm of Concrete and Gold as a whole, as Grohl and the Foos go for more artistic than they have in years and succeed every time. Glenn Gamboa, Newsday. The Laughing Apple. Yusuf/Cat Stevens, Verve. Decca. The artist now known as Yusuf/Cat Stevens did more than borrow from his own catalog for his latest album. He also reunited with the producer and acoustic guitarist who worked on his seminal hits from the 1970s, resulting in a new album that sounds like old Cat Stevens with even more light and wisdom than before. 50 years after Cat Stevens' debut album, The Laughing Apple blends reimagined songs from 1967 with new compositions and newly completed 50-year-old unfinished tracks. Yet with Alan Davis' sparkling guitars and Paul Samuel Smith's crisp production, the 11 songs sound like a cohesive set of tunes that always belong together, and carry through themes of so much of Yusuf/Cat Stevens' music, love and the joy of childhood. 2 new tracks stand out for their instant timelessness. See What Love Did to Me, the bright and cheery single, extols the life-changing power of love. It also boasts the most rocking bridge on the album. You Can Do Whatever is reminiscent of the beloved hit Wild World, in both tone and message. You can ride a tiger or walk the dog, he sings. Anything you wish can be true. The 69-year-old grandfather of 8 also updated a song that first appeared on his 2000 Greatest Hits anthology. Grandsons, about the many delights a grandfather derives from his grandkids, is like a bookend to his 1970 hit Father and Son. Sandy Cohen, Associated Press. Mike Stern, Concord records the title of this new and outstanding album by one of the jazz world's greatest guitar heroes. Gets to the heart of his self-deprecating humor. Mike Stern, a member of the Miles Davis Band in the early 1980s, tripped over hidden construction debris while hailing a cab outside his Manhattan apartment on July 3, 2016. He broke both of the humerus bones in his arms, the long bones from the shoulder to the elbow, and the cab he was hailing took him to the hospital. The potentially career-ending spill occurred the same day Stern was supposed to leave for a European tour, which was cancelled. Besides the broken bones, Stern had a long recovery ahead from considerable nerve damage in his right hand that prevented him from doing simple tasks, such as holding a guitar pick. In October, though, he somehow managed to perform with pianist Chick Corea at a Manhattan event that celebrated Miles Davis's legacy. Stern had to play seated while wearing a black glove outfitted with Velcro so he could hold a Velcro-fitted pick. Then in November, he went on tour across Europe with his friend and longtime collaborator, drummer Dave Weckl. After a second surgery, Stern regained more control of his nerve-damaged picking hand and literally glued his right-hand fingers to the pick for this album, his 17th as a bandleader and one that was recorded between January and March. The result is a disc with all of the complexities, fluidity, and grace listeners have come to expect from Stern's guitar work and more. He's every bit as fast on his solos, and they might even be a bit more nuanced and creative in some ways. You can't teach Mike Stern, as I